Welcome. Hi, Meredith. I just happened to be on YouTube. I like that. Um, yeah, let's get into the fun of this intuitive reading and intuitive guidance to support you with just shaking self-doubt, focusing on this concept of choice. So if you're new here, my name's Fola. And we talk all fun things that really are meant to move beyond the spiritual fluff and really support you with moving beyond surface level healing. So, if you are looking for a deeper connection to your magic, to your purpose, to the divinity that is you, then this is the place to be. And I've just been really feeling very inspired with the ruins. So probably be doing some fun rune stuff today too. But we're gonna do a collective reading. Collective reading around the concept of choice, what it looks like for you to make choices. This has been something that's been showing up for me personally over the last couple weeks. If you're not on my mailing list and you want to kind of get in more inspirational messages, I would invite you to check that out, signing up through one of the links below. But this concept of choice has just been so prominent. And I can tell that it's impacting, I guess, how people are living life. So we're going to do a collective reading, gain some clarity around that today. And then there'll also be time for personal card pulls. So if you would like your cards read, ruin, we'll kind of just see what shows up. You can let me know in the comments. I kind of make a queue list of folks that want to get those readings done. And as always, I guess members get priority reading. So if that is something that you are a member or you would like to donate to this work that I do here, I'm going to put the donation link in the chat. Again, it's not necessary that you pay. You guys being here is that's decent, right? Like you're allowed to just exist and to receive and be blessed. The reason I share this and put the offer out there for people to donate, to give back, and let that cycle of energy just helps me to continue doing what I'm doing, and all the blessings back to you tenfold. So I put that link there if you would like to donate. Otherwise, I'll take names and we're going to tune into the collective reading here around this idea of choice making, decision making, shaking the doubt. Okay, shaking the doubt because again, I think I shared this in the mailing list just about this idea of I'm going to take 3 of how it can be so easy to want to play small, when in actuality, you have the choice to decide what it is you want to do based on what feels true for you, based on what you want to experience. And what I'm learning is there's going to be consequences. There's going to be consequences or responses to your choices. So whether you choose or not, you're always choosing, right? It's ones or zeros. Like there's going to be yes or there's going to be a no. You can delay it. You could delay your choice, obviously, but really what good is that going to do? And then there's going to be consequences. There's going to be an impact. Okay. There's going to be pieces in the ripples that are going to be showing up. And some of those may be not so good. Others can be really great. Can you live with that? But we're going to tune into the ruins and just calling your ancestors, calling your guides, and calling those beings that want to support us with this collective reading to just show us the way, show us the truth around this making decision so that we can walk with clarity. I think I have 3 ruins, but it feels like there's 4 now in my hand. I'm curious when I cast them. Oh, thank you guys. Oh no, it's okay. It's 3. It's like, whoa, if there's 4, I'm going to be a little bit. Okay, so we have Feiyu first, and it's actually laying like like this downwards. So we have that rune of wealth, that rune of beauty, of abundance, that rune that starts us off in the whole gambit of the runic kind of alphabet. So there's something here to what I'm hearing, I guess, is like a surrendering. And the surrendering almost to like choice, the surrendering to this like ability to choose, this gift, dare I say, to choose. Okay, let's see. What's the next rune? Berkana. It's laying down as well, like flat. So two feminine runes here that are completely, they're not upward like supine. They are in like a like completely laid on their belly, back, completely vulnerable position. To me, Fey's like the virgin, the maiden energy, and then Berkana is like the mother ruin. This concept of that which is coming into fruition. It's been matured. So there's like some type of like maturity happening here around the surrender. But like, what's this last rune? I'm wondering, because how is this tied to like choosing? Because when we're in choice, it's like, I guess maybe there's a concept here that we feel like we're not necessarily surrendering, or maybe we have to contemplate how surrender can help us make choice. To me, those two seem almost like a disconnect. If you surrender, are you really making a choice? I mean, I guess you kind of are. Let's see what this last rune. So it's Tiwaz, it's downwards pointing like this. So fascinating that they're all kind of like pointing. Well, yeah, okay, Tiwaz. We all know there's a thing here. There's a thing going on with this rune. So it's not that surprising. But which I'm just going to, you can't see it, so I've laid them out. This kind of looks like they're all laying, and then Tiwaz kind of has us going in this below energy. But what I'm going to actually do is I'm going to flip them to put them in a pillar position upright. Feyu at the bottom, Berkana at the midpoint, and then Tiwaz kind of shooting up like this. And we're going to do some cards here. So let's see around Feyu. Okay, we got one card. We have the Five of Cups, Berkana. What about Berkana? Can you show us with that, with the card guides? Queen of Wands and the World is shown up. So something around action. I'm really seeing the wand energy, like the wands in her hand. And this, again, and it's interesting, we have the Queen because that is the mother, right? So there's some type of mourning here. Okay, anyways, Tiwaz. Show us a card for Tiwaz, please. This Tiwaz energy. Guys. Tier, if there's anything you would like to show us around this. Is that like, I won't say like crowned king. And we have Seven of Cups. Oh, yeah. Okay. So, yeah. Okay. So we're going to just start. This is really a development. So whatever this doubt is that maybe you've been feeling, the uncertainty of what your choices are, if I'm making the right choice or not, and like, the anxiety that comes with that. And I can tell you again, this past couple weeks has been just rampant with that. Notice how in this card, there are these 5 cups, 3 of which have spilt, and the person is like cloaked and just kind of in mournful positioning, gazing upon them. Whereas behind them, there are 2 cups. And I cannot remember where I shared this. I think I shared it, but it was this idea of like where our attention could be like pointed towards the negative, whereas there's like positive. Oh, okay, it was in the email. I think we were talking about the crossroads. So, you know, we talk about making choice. It's like, oh, I've come to a crossroads, and it's like, where do I go, left or right? But if you actually think about what a crossroads is, it's like a direction of 4. And so like to move beyond this grieving, distracted, I dare I say this like undeveloped aspect of yourself, this Feiyu aspect that's like the maiden, like the younger child version of who you make choice as, it's important to recognize that there are actually more than just two choices. It's not just a fork in the road. It's like more of this concept of there's multiple things happening. So where are you focusing your attention? Because it's easy to focus on the negative, like, oh my God, we shouldn't have done this. Ah. And see how everything is escalating, or you can reframe it. So this might literally mean turning. Like you could just, as a practice, if you're finding yourself in this like rat race of mind and anxiety or self-doubt, literally turn your body. It sounds like really ridiculous, but like if we can like shift our energy of our body position, it's like we're moving into a different energetic stream, and this can support you. But there's these two cups, okay? Because at the top, I'm going to just show you with Tiwaz, this place where this energy is like this north compass, this focus of will, like direction, the clarity of the path, where that's showing up, we have the 7 of Cups. This card always fascinates me because it's like, one could say it's almost more distracting, more confusing, right? Because it's like really what the image is here is someone looking at all the options. All right, they're looking at all the options, and look at what they have there. They've got all sorts of cool things they can choose from, right? Some more positive than others. But then there's that one that is under the veil, and it's like there's some type of like aura, and it's feeling like it's calling. And really, that's where this rune Tiwaz comes in. This has been on my mind this past, like, I mean, clearly. I put it on there because there's something here for us to draw, and we're going to be doing that together because that totally makes sense. It's like, how are we gaining clarity on what this important choice is, this direction, this path forward, even when we can't see it, okay? Even when we can't see it, even when it feels like, oh, is that real? You know, whatever. With Berkana, we have these two cards. So there's something about action is how I'm interpreting it. We got the World, this completion energy. Almost like what I'm actually seeing and hearing with this is like the completion of making a choice. Like there has to be an action, a driven action to actually decide to do this work, to actually choose something. In that email, I had shared around the idea of being in a situation the other weekend where I was given choice of moving forward with like a particular ceremony, I guess we could call it, and the decision to honor my body, which was like dying, pretty much. Like knowing that I physically could not even like stand, you know, and like make an action forward. I had to pause and think and feel, what am I going to do in this situation? And it was like one of the first times I would say, this seems to be the scenario now since then, where it's like, I am in a place of needing to make choice. And I ask and do the things I've usually done, like ask my womb, or like listen for that sacral yes, or ask my guides, like just like feel into the energy. And like, I usually can feel and know where I'm going. But this was like one of the first times where it just literally was quiet, still. There was nothing. It was complete open, blank space. It didn't feel contractive. It felt just open. Like literally it was like every possibility is here. Every choice is here. What do I want to choose? And there was an action that needed to happen on my part. There was a bit of a surrender too, because with Feiyu and Berkana kind of being in this like downward thing, it's like, okay, where here am I surrendering to what I want? Where here am I surrendering to like spirit guidance? Where here am I surrendering the egoic need to choose or be something in particular? Okay. But that I had to make an action step. I had to decide for myself what I was going to choose. And so for yourself right now, what is this action? We're going to call to that rune of Tiwaz in a moment to help with like completing this energy so you can move forward. And the invitation will be really for you to use that rune at any point. Turn your body, redirect yourself physically, however that needs to look for you, and then call to the rune, okay? I'm going to just speak that now, but we're going to pull a couple more cards. The first question that just came to my mind was something about the mother. So let's just pull some cards. Oh, okay. Crossroads. So like, how much of your difficulties making choice comes from your mother? Because now you are at the crossroads to choose differently than her, for you to actually make choice. You know, our mothers made particular choices that maybe we wish they would have created differently. But we're being called to heal that and to recognize that just like we maybe see they picked A instead of B, it's like, hey, your mother did the best she could and picked out of a wide range, you know, of choices for herself. So healing that, calling to those angels, those guides to support with that mother rune. Because it's like you as a child being led by the mother, things coming through from the mother. Some of you may actually want to connect with your mother, even if like whether they passed on or they're still alive. Can you tune into just the energetics of your mother and ask the angels to support you with the healing with that? Okay, because there's definitely, we got the home card here. There's definitely something about the home energy, the home of your family upbringing, the home of where your mother, your feminine caregiver was, okay, or wasn't. Healing this so you can move forward. That's really what this is. Oh, and I just got like feeling gross because I know it can be so heavy, this like mother wound, this healing energy. We have fertility. So if some of you are experiencing fertility issues, this is definitely a place that you're going to want to look at. This mother wound. What's your relationship with your mother like? It's like you're trying to have a baby. You're trying to like birth something. And it doesn't even actually have to be a physical baby. It could be some other type of creative thing. But if it's like lagging, there could be something there. I speak these words and I'm like, oh God, I think I know what I need to do. Okay, Meredith. It was canceled. I hope you feel better. Yes. Yeah. Oh yeah. It's fine. This is the, you know, and at the same time, that moment there, that choice that I made, opened this fucking pavement, like just this, I don't know, super highway of insight after insight after insight after learning now this concept of choice. Faye, let's just see. Is there any particular place that, I'm feeling like I should pull from here again. I'm going to put this down here. This is with fertility, with home. Let's just ask about this Feiyu energy and these spilled cups. Is there anything else that can maybe help support this redirection? I talked about turning the body, but what else? What else? Maybe from like an emotional sort of journaling, explorative shadow work. Shadow work. Okay, what's that? Guys, can you show us? Clarity. So if you have like a glass spherical ball, crystal ball, some form of Yeah, anything that like can play like this, okay? I was just thinking of this meditation I did this morning with the path of Ayin. It was like we had a glass eye, and that was like our symbol we were carrying through as we moved through this path of the devil card. So if you haven't watched the Explore the Tarot series yet, I invite you to check that out. But I feel like for yourself right now, if you can find some way to have like a glass ball, or maybe like you're curious about looking into a crystal ball, this can really bring some clarity around what shadow aspects are showing up around this Five of Cups for you, like this hyper focus here. I'm hearing it's like tied to your childhood, again, the home, tied to the mother wound. But it's going to help you to really see clearly and see beyond like the muck, that shadowy muck that's kind of like showing up with the negative emotion. Not that it's bad, it's just it's distracting you from the truth of what actually is there with you, with what's for you. Okay, yeah, Meredith and I were talking before about the this Kedrick Olson, who's going to be doing like a course on the shadow and ruin and all that. So, but he's bringing in the black mirror, and I'm just like, as I like keep hearing this, I'm like, oh my gosh, like never thought to work in that capacity with my mirror, the scrying mirror. And I'm just like speaking that for those of you who maybe have that capacity or have the option. If you want to make a scrying mirror, I have a video here on YouTube you can check out on how to make one. It's very simple. And I can tell you that using the scrying mirror has been very potent. And yeah, I'm excited to learn more about how to tap into that with like the ancestral Norse pieces. But anyway, I digress with that. Anything else around the shadow aspect of the Five of Cups and Feu for us, please? This clarity card. What is that, guys? Okay. So I think we've just had the full moon not that long ago. We're going to be coming up to the new moon on Sunday. I will be hosting a new moon ritual on Monday evening. So for the members, if that's something that interests you. But from now until the next full moon, can you see this as this illumination of the shadow aspect? Again, I love how we just got more of this, like you're gaining clarity from now until this full moon in like another, 2-3 weeks. You could call upon the moon to guide you, to awaken the insights, meditate on it, go view the moon, right? Or the lack thereof of the moon over the next few weeks. And every time you see it, just tune in like, hey, what else is there? What else is there that I'm not seeing? I have a question here. I feel like maybe I want to read. Which one is it? What of this can I apply? What of this insight can I apply to my situation? That can be a question for you to ask. What of this can I apply to my situation? Yeah, I think that's the only thing I need to share from that list. Okay. So we're going to call to this rune of Tiwaz. Then we're going to go into the personal card readings, okay? I immediately thought of that, Meredith. Yeah, totally, right? I think, yeah, the scrying stuff. We're going to take that class, I'm telling you. Manifesting it. Okay, so Feu Barkana Tiwaz, but specifically this rune of Tiwaz. So I just invite you to, if it helps you, to close your eyes and just begin to tune into your breath, into your body. And as you do so, you begin to envision the rune Tiwaz as if it was your entire body. So that pointing arrow, your body being that pillar, It's as if your arms and your head are creating the arrow point. But you as this arrow, this Tiwaz rune, that which connects us to the god Ter, that which is about self-sacrifice, selflessness, responsibility, leadership. And it's this direction to that true north, the path that you are walking. And so we call to this energy around the best ways we can make choice in our lives, to shake the self-doubt, to shake the anxiety, to trust that we are being led and that the choices we make are exactly the way they need to be. So just breathing as you hear the vibration of the rune. Tiwaz. 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 Breathing in and just noticing. May that energy guide you with healing this wounding with Mother,